What are we watching? What are we watching?
A screen.
Yes.
That's all we're watching.
It's the summer season right now, and what was really odd about this summer season was the fact that Game of Thrones started late. By this time, normally Game of Thrones has already run its course, and everybody's speculating about what's going to be happening and who's dead and who's
Isn't this
going
the last
to die.
season of it?
No, second last season.
Oh, I thought this was the last one.
By the time this one airs, Game of Thrones will have premiered, and I will watched it, and that is one of the first things that I'm watching.
I think I've seen, like... I don't really watch Game of Thrones. I want to watch it, but...
You tried to watch the first season, but you had
well, I've got
little
children
rats
running around, and it's impossible to hear what's going on. And it's like, so today we're going to talk a little bit about what's on our television because this is again kind of a regular thing on our channel where we every once in a while we check in and tell you what's on our television.
Yep.
Sometimes it's much of the same things because the season's over seasons, but sometimes we throw a new one in here, a new one in there. So yeah, he's watching some Game of Thrones. I currently I'm not really watching a lot. I've started back on some reality television shows. I just finished watching Big Brother USA.
Is it done?
No, it's on right now.
Oh,
I'm currently watching that. Sometimes I watch America's Got Talent.
I watched the highlights on YouTube actually.
And Amazing Race Canada is on. So I'm watching some of those things. I've gone through a couple of like Netflix shows. I watched Glow.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It was neat. I think it was only 6 episodes. But
how was the nudity? I heard there was a nude person in it.
Not really. Like it was whatever. It was just in a locker room. There was nothing like. It was based like in an 80s environment.
Yeah.
But it was decent. It was overall. I would recommend it. I would recommend a watch. Like I go through a few Netflix ones, but it like I've said many times, when you watch a Netflix show, you binge watch it, and then you gotta wait a year, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
So you gotta fill your time up. So I've started watching a couple, and I go, no thanks, throw it back. It's like fishing.
Yeah. Watch 1 or 2 episodes,
and then throw back
3, and sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, definitely.
This time last year I was watching some baseball, but because the Blue Jays are doing shitty, I'm not watching baseball.
Yeah, that's right. You were.
Football season. The CFL, not the NFL. Throw that fucking NFL shit back. Watch that once a week. Other than that, my TV's pretty quiet. It's different now. TV watching is different. It's not so much TV anymore. It's like the YouTube. Like watching vlogs and stuff like that.
I'll start mine off with that actually right there. It's like I've been watching a lot more YouTube. I've been watching people's vlogs and stuff. One of them is entertainment, like EP Daily. I've been watching Victor Lucas for many, many years now. And he does all the stuff on YouTube, so I watch.
You can just get more. You can get more in because they're like 15 minutes, like about ish. 15,
I don't
minutes.
have a problem devouring our shows
if they're good.
Yeah, exactly. If they're good. So there are other people that I pay attention to on YouTube, like Sargon Novacod, Rebel Media, Blair White, but like most of the time, like if I have a video game going, I can put those on.
Multitask, yeah.
Because they're talking, really,
yeah.
Right? And the video game requires something else, so I can listen and do that at the same time. But what I am watching is Game of Thrones. It's going to be...
I really want to watch Game of Thrones. I really do.
Riveted to the whole thing. But Preacher is a summer show.
No, I didn't get back into that one.
No.
I thought the first season didn't get me.
No, see, and if it doesn't get you in the first season, the second season is definitely not going to keep your attention.
I thought it was just too far out there.
No, well, it is based off of comics.
Yeah.
Understandable, but the second season so far has been really, really good.
Yeah.
They've had some really interesting things happen, so I'm looking forward to that.
I gotta watch Fear the Walking Dead. I have the whole first part of this. I don't know if it's a season or a half season, but I have the episodes recorded. I just haven't watched them.
I never got back into it. I watched the first season, and after that, I said to myself, I don't like any of the characters in this. So it was like, why am I watching it?
I'm still struggling a little bit, but I'm going to hang in there for a little while.
I got one of my anime apps to work again. It's starting to work, so I'm going to be starting to get in there before it goes down again and just start devouring anime after anime. But the one I'm watching at the moment is Knights of Sedona. It is a Netflix one, actually. It was done by Netflix.
They have one on Netflix called Castle something now. Castle, I don't know what it's called. Castlevania?
Castlevania actually is on my up list. As soon as it was coming out, I was going to throw it on the list and start watching that one. I've been watching Handmaid's Tale.
That's on Bravo, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, we have it in the PVR, in the old PVR.
Yeah,
I haven't watched an episode, but
it is really interesting, actually.
Isn't that about the Amish or something?
No.
Or the Hutterites? Or no? Oh, that's what I thought it was.
Wow. What it's about is something happens in the States that radically changes the form of government. A new government takes over in the States, and all biologically sound women, so women who can actually give birth, have been they've stripped of their humanity and are used for breeding purposes. They've been conditioned to act a certain way, be a certain way. They are handed out to predominant families, and the husband has to,
like slaves, kind of, for baby slaves,
baby makers, basically.
Yeah, that's in our PVR list to watch.
So it's a good series because of just how they make it come across as how things happen, and it was like, how
many episodes is that into now? Like
it's 10, so it's not that bad. And then a lot of the rest of the time that I use is used up on YouTube. So
it's so weird how, like, even over the past like year and a half, how like consumption of entertainment has changed. Well, I found anyways, because it's so different now. Like, cable is almost becoming obsolete, like almost. Like these big networks and stuff like that, I think they're gonna be obsolete within like 5 years if they don't change the way they
do things.
Yeah, the way they do things and the way they put out content anymore, because it's not. And same with like movie companies. I think they need to, I think just the way that people devour content is more towards like the on-demand Netflix, Hulu, Crave type thing.
Yeah, but don't forget, here in Canada, we don't have the...
Yeah, we don't have a lot of access to
we
those.
only have like Netflix,
Crave. That's it. Yeah.
Whereas in
the US, they have Amazon, they have Hulu, they have so many more things. And it's like, I think to me, that's the way. This time again, last year, I was watching the World Series of Poker. That's a piss off for me because they had it free on their website, streamed free.
Yeah.
This year, fucking stupid. Poker Central took it over, and now it's a subscription-based thing, and they only showed like 5 events on their fucking app, and I'm like, I didn't get it because I was like, no, I like watching like the mixed games, non-hold'em games and stuff like that. They didn't show anything like that, so I was like, whatever. I guess I'm not watching any of it. They show it live on TSN sometimes, but it's very rare. Like it's hit and miss on when it's going to be on. So, but yeah, like. Virtually year over year, it's probably happens to a lot of you guys out there. It's the same shows, because there's new seasons and there's new.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, because of the summer season, I used to be a lot more into reality TV, but since I cut my cable, reality TV doesn't exist in the streaming.
Oh, it does.
It does.
It does.
But when I first started doing it, it was incredibly
hard
difficult to get, and the quality was just
And that's another thing
horrendous.
that's changed. It's easier to get more shows on like those type of services, like the service you have and the website that I use.
Yeah.
The abundance of shows like reality shows and more of the mainstream shows are becoming available on those.
And here's the thing: is like, because of cutting the cable and not watching it, it cut my addiction to these shows, because that's what the summer reality was, is more of an addiction. I watch it because I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
And now that I basically went cold turkey for like 2-3 years, you know,
Once you're out of it, it's hard to go back. It's
Yeah,
when you try to go back in. You're like, why did I do this? Why did I do this before?
exactly. It's like I don't want to do this, you know. So other than watching like the America's Got Talent highlights on YouTube, you know, which are only like 5-minute clips, you know, I don't actively.
It cuts
seek
out
it
all the dribble.
It
When you watch
does.
like that kind of thing, it just cuts out the dribble because a lot of it's just filler.
Mhm.
So much of the network television is just filler.
Yeah,
It's just
like,
ugh.
you know, it's from September to May, you know, when you have your television season, you know, the shows that we watch have like, you know, 20 episodes or so, and you find that maybe 6 or 7 of them are that unnecessary.
Yeah, they're
You know,
just
you
they don't need to be there,
them.
and that's why I've liked the Netflix when they throw out 6 shows. You're like, okay, this is good because they have to.
Yeah, like The Handmaid's Tale, like is a Bravo product, but they made it 10 episodes, and you think, 10 episodes isn't really that long, but it's like, you know what, 10 episodes is actually really is a lot, is surprisingly well for a TV show, you know, because they don't have
They
to
didn't use
fill
a
it.
lot of.
Now, if you're hitting 12, you know what? If it's hitting the story points, bang, 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 bang.
That's
You know,
what I found
don't
with-
mind it all.
With Orange is the New Black, because we watched that because they just dropped a new season last month, so we watched all of it. And I found that I think there was 13 episodes, and I didn't find any lull or filler in there.
Okay.
I thought it was very good. I thought the whole season flowed very well. But I noticed that with specifically because these are the 2 shows that I like, Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead are really the only 2 shows that I watch on actual networks now. They still have that lot of filler. Now I don't know if Game of Thrones does that.
No.
Because it's an HBO show. I find that the HBO shows don't do it.
No, they don't need to because they don't have to hit.
There's no commercials. And they don't need to spread it out. It's just
they don't
here's
need
your-
to spread it out. It's like, here it is.
Here's your
and
shit.
I think maybe that's what cable needs to start doing, is like, maybe they, you know, if you're gonna have a September to May type show, to have them less fillers, more story, right? Type thing, or put on in the first 6 months, or first half of the season, put in one show, second half of the season, put in another show.
Yeah.
So you have more shows.
Cut out 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, because watching Flash, Gotham, Agents of the Shield, they all had filler episodes.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just like get to it. Get to the
And
point.
in
Get to
today's
the point.
world, that's exactly what it is. Like people they want the meat. They don't want the crap.
I have no problems investing time into watching something.
I have no problem investing
I-
10 hours into a series as long
Yeah,
as it's not.
I have no problems investing 20 hours
Yeah.
into a series, assuming it's all good.
Yeah.
It's like, Preacher. Last season was 10 episodes, and no filler. They got to the story points really quickly. It's the first season. You have to introduce characters. You have to
Yeah.
do story building. And the second season, there isn't that sense of need to get to character building. It's
story.
and that's what they're doing, and it's just like, and then they'll drop little cool things. They introduce the concept of hell into this season, and I actually look for, I didn't like the one character, but he's in hell, and you're seeing hell from his point of view, so it's like, I look forward to his character, even though I don't like the character.
The thing that I don't mind, the thing that I have the most problem is when shows dedicate one episode to one character for no reason.
It comes down to, I understand
Does
in The
it
Walking
move
Dead.
the story forward?
I understand in The Walking Dead, because they have so many characters, it can be annoying
Yeah.
dealing with
12
one character.
episodes, 8 of them are all about characters, and you're like, okay, and 4 of them are about story. I found that Orange is the New Black kind of did that, where they gave you a little bit of backstory to characters, but they moved the story along with it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
If
It was-
The Walking
it was-
Dead would do, if they had one episode on a character and they still found that the story went to head,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because I get it.
And that's why I think reality TV is kind of good in a way, because they don't
they don't need to.
develop characters. It's just,
Yeah.
here's the competition, boom.
Yeah, and then the
You know?
characters develop
Yeah,
themselves.
the characters kind of just develop themselves, and I don't know how they, like, when you watch Big Brother, you go, this is America. It's like, okay, would you pick the cream of the crop? I've always wondered, where's the big fat guy? Where's the guy that looks like me? Where's the
what I found was that they started doing the pretty people.
Yeah, that's all they do.
Right,
The
you
first
know.
season of Big Brother was like, yeah, this is America. Yeah, this is
You
kind
know,
of what...
they had the ugly people, and they did it for a little while.
Yeah,
but
and then
you
now
know,
you're
now
like-
it's like there's a muscle guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another muscle guy. Oh, there's another guy.
the
other
old guy, the flamboyant gay person,
Yeah,
the nerd,
yeah,
the
yeah.
this and this and this, and it's like, okay.
And even the nerd has like some
I know,
muscle
muscle,
mass.
you're like,
It was
really?
like, that's a nerd.
That's a nerd now?
Okay.
Wow,
Your
okay.
definition of
All
nerd
right.
is a little different than mine. But
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of what's on our television.
Yeah.
What's on yours? Let us know in the comments below.
Or do you just watch YouTube all the time?
Yeah.
Or like vlogs, Twitch.
You can do
things
that
like
now.
Oh,
Yeah, you can just eat, like, YouTube is almost its own cable television now. You know, there's so much content out there that you can. fill
Yeah,
your
but they
time
don't
with
make
that.
original series.
No,
But
not
the
yet.
content producers
Yeah.
on YouTube do.
Yeah.
So
Like us, we make original content. I think,
sort of.
sort of. I don't know. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have anything to say, say it below.
See you next week.
Yeah.